Here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Well, after a day of near-record heating, we're already on the cool down. Now, I can't believe it's this hot this late in the year, but I promise you the cool down is on its way by the weekend. And it's going to be a busy weekend out there, so make sure you're relaxing now and recharging. You only have Wednesday and Thursday before Friday rolls around. It's going to be the KSAN food drive, followed by the countdown to kickoff inside the game. Then we're going to turn right back around, and we're going to do the Veterans Day Parade. It's going to be absolutely amazing for this first weekend of November, all the way down into those lower 50s, but you see how we're fighting back and forth with those 60s. Then we made a good run at that record out at 90 degrees, and we're leveling out right now, but we're going to drop all the way back down into those 50s by tonight. We are definitely on the roller coaster. 90 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of those mid to upper 80s across the entire area. Getting pretty warm pretty quick. 90 in Robert Lee, 84 down there in Sonora, looking like 6 degrees across the entire Concho Valley, halfway through that work week, but it seems like it's going a lot faster than that. I cannot believe it's already Wednesday and we're already this far into November. 39 up there for those dew points across the entire Concho Valley, if not pushing up into those 50s, while humidity indices are from those teens all the way up into those 30s, but you see where that dry air is making its way in from the northwest. Now, upper level winds are going to show you mostly zonal flow or some straight line winds, some fast moving storms while we hold on to that high pressure, but by the weekend, here comes some plunging cold air before we warm right back up with that ridging off the west coast, but you see that cutoff low join the rest of the upper level pattern, and hopefully we see the cool down as a result. Now, atmospheric moisture trying to push back around East Texas, but I promise you it's not going to make its way in. We're going to hold on to these dry conditions for a while. So that burn ban is going to be sticking around for a while, and by tomorrow we'll get a better idea of some of those sort of drought conditions. But off the west coast, keeping our eye on that cold front right here, this strong concentration of blue, waiting for it to make its way on shore to see how much more snow there's going to be. Of course, we keep talking about these warm temperatures if you didn't feel it today, but you see how it's trying to fight its way back. As we get closer towards the weekend, you see some of those freezing temperatures try to make their way down from the north. It will get awfully close to freezing. Severe weather outlook is just the west coast and the east coast, but things are pretty quiet down here in the Concho Valley with some of that beautiful warm weather. We take it all the way down to the surface to get a better idea of the slow moving snowstorm as it makes its way across the Rocky Mountains. Here comes the futurecast, so we get a better idea of the beautiful weather here in the Concho Valley. We're going to see a couple more feet of snow around the Rocky Mountains, so if you're headed that way, I don't know if you guys want to drive. They keep saying that flights might get delayed, but I promise you, you're just going to want to take your time because some heavier weather is definitely on its way in. Tonight, all the way back down into those comfortable upper 40s. It's going to be a full moon out there, so I want to see good photos. Then tomorrow, a good run at those upper 80s, but we'll see if we don't get near that record again. But I promise you, it's going to be clear all day. As we get closer towards the KSAN food drive, just come out, say hi, drop off anything. I know you guys can beat 9,000 pounds. You don't even need a reason to make a donation, but I promise you, there are more drives going on. There's going to be the KSAN blood drive. There's going to be the coat drive. Then, of course, Thanksgiving right around the corner. Take a good look. Fighting back and forth with those 80s, but as Sunday rolls around, dropping down into those 60s, hovering around those freezing levels before we're back on the warm-up around those 80s by Wednesday, while those overnight lows go from those 50s down to that freezing level, then right back up into those 40s. Stay tuned. I'll more for the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.